Hi, everybody. Queen Crystal King in the building. Just want to say hey to everybody. Hope you had a great day and an even better evening. This is Dear Crystal, episode 6. And again, I would like to thank everyone so much for your participation, for your support. And I continue to strive to make my platform a platform where you can feel comfortable and say what you need to say and don't have to worry about being judged for it. Hi, Watermelon Sugar. The question that was asked, and I want to make sure this is correct, it was about an adult child. Yes, you are in blue. It was about an adult child moving out. Can you help me with that? But yeah, if you could help me with that, then I will be able to touch on that before I leave. But I do have a question that hi Gail was posed to me. And the way I interpreted it was, what do you believe is expected of you in a friendship? How do you feel about someone that you truly care about, you rock with for a long time, and it seems like it's one-sided, but because you care, you kind of hope that it'll just get better on its own, but it's not. So putting myself in that person's shoes, I would want to be the type of friend that you can count on, that you can talk to, that not only can they come to you for what's going on with them, you should be able to come to them about what's going on with you. Okay. How do you cope or process your children growing up and moving out? How do you deal with those feelings of not being able to let go? Well, you know what? Honestly, I don't think you'll ever I don't think you'll ever be able to let go. I don't see that happen, especially as a parent who's been there every step of the way. A parent that put themselves in the position that what I share with you or to you about what happened to me is not to overshadow you. It's mainly so that you don't hit the brick wall that I hit. Or sometimes I can see things before you can see things, and I'm only trying to help. But when you are used to that child being there every day, eating and sleeping and homework and hugs and kisses, and it's going to be a process. It is really going to be a process. But the bottom line is, leave your heart open. Expect for them to try to push the boundaries of adulthood. And no matter how much you love your child, there's always that parent's position where you have to be the bad guy. And trust me, they don't forget. So I could see a child getting old enough to say, I can finally go where I want to go and do what I want to do. And can't nobody tell me nothing, but you ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Expect that this child is still going to come to you, but expect them to push the boundaries of their adulthood. The first year of moving out from parents, it almost feels like somebody took your child. Like, I count my babies every day. I count my babies every day. And there's one missing. That's going to affect me. But just pray that the same God that covered him when he was in your household will cover him outside of your household. That's just him pushing the boundaries of what grown really means to mommy or to me. So that's the child that's going to stay close. Although they moved out, that's the child that's going to stay close. But once they realize what life really has to offer, once they realize what mom and dad really sacrificed to do to make sure that all of us had what we needed and stayed together, I'm praying that what happened to me can happen for him. That he could come back and say, Mom, now I understand what you was talking about. I understood why you told me no. I understood why you told me yes. I understood when you called me lazy or I was doing lazy things, knowing that there's more in me to try harder and don't settle. He'll get it eventually. But yeah, you're going to feel that, honey. Every last one of those kids rode in your body like a never-ending Uber. But believe me, trust how you raised him. Trust it. Even if he decides to rebel because he doesn't feel like he has to answer to mommy or daddy because he's quote unquote grown, he's going to remember what you said. He is. And you already know gas money. I love that child with all my heart. But he said, Mom, I'm not ever leaving you. That boy done been to Mexico, was on his way to Russia, and all these different places. And what does he do? Make sure that he knows where I am, just in case. So we got to remember to give them their adult props at times, but never sacrifice or never lower your position as mother. And make sure those boundaries are respected. And trust me, he'll smell your chicken from 10 miles away. He'll be right there. I thank you so much for trusting me with that. But yeah, he's testing you right now. He's actually testing himself. But trust the way you raised him. Trust that. What can I do to lose weight fast? I need to lose it before my birthday on the 28th of April. I need to lose 20 pounds. Girl. May I ask, why did you start now to lose 20 pounds? Why now? Why not last month? I just have to pray and turn it over to God because my anxiety can't handle it. I also suffer from anxiety, and I know how that is. But trust me, you raised him right. You did. He's just smelling himself right now. Like I said, he'll smell your chicken from 10 miles away. He's going to make sure you know what's going on with him. But sometimes we have to make it seem like it was their idea, but it really wasn't. Hey, Boss Lady New Jersey. Hey, Angela, my baby girl. The question I was going to earlier was, what do you believe your expectations are in a friendship? What do you think is expected of you because I call you my friend or you call me your friend? I'm going to use my situation. I'm speaking of one, but I'm going to use mine. I feel like as a friend, I want to be open and honest with you. I want to be able to tell you the truth, and still show you love. If you need me, I got you. Something's going on, I got you. Something ain't going on, I got you. But when you flip that over, do you have me? Have you been? Sorry about that, guys. I have to eat ice through this broadcast. Are you there for me? Can I call you and let you know how my day is going? Do I also expect out of the friendship with you and I? Can I let you know how I feel? Can you hear the tone in my voice and know I don't feel well? Am I always making sure you're good and you rarely ask me, am I good? Do you involve me in situations so that you can stay neutral? I had a girlfriend who was dating a married man. He was married, okay? But that particular situation I can use as an example. She would call me and I would be, hey girl, how you doing? You know? And first thing I would say is, are you all right? She had some stuff going on. She asked me my opinion. I told her. So if you and I talked about it, why does your dude know what we said? How'd that happen? He wasn't on the phone with us. So that meant you took the parts that I said and told him. That way, you're neutral. So when I hear my name, it ain't nothing nice. Explain. He treated me like a dump truck, like a trash can. She sweeps up in her relationship. Every time she gets some dust in her relationship, anytime she gets dirty dishes, bull crap, or someone not treating her well in her relationship, she gathers it up and she puts it on me. And I'm supposed to hold all that. I'm supposed to take all that. And I do. I keep what she says about him to me because sometimes she may just need to vent. But if you're my friend, why would you put me out there like that? Because, see, if I wasn't your friend, I would put you out there like that to him just so I would let you know how it feels. You tell me the absolute truth of the most horrific things in your relationship. And because I'm your friend, Because I'm your friend, I'm automatically supposed to take your side. But when I do, you flip. It's like, wait a minute, who was I just talking to? Um, is this the same dude that you said XYZ? And you have the audacity to not even kick it with me or even say how I'm doing and check on me when you and your man is good. But when y'all ain't good, you on my phone for hours. I don't consider that being a friend. I consider her sweeping up all her trash and dumping it on me. And basically expecting me to hold that friendship role. Like, if you tell me certain things, they're deal breakers. Okay. First of all, I'm not dating no married man, so we're not even going to discuss that part of it. But you're saying he's doing horrible things. Y'all have these problems. And I'm trying to be there for you. I figure that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what's expected of me. But did you know I was in the bed for 3 days and I could barely walk because I wasn't feeling good? You know why you didn't know that? Because everything with you was good. You forgot all about who you needed to talk to. You was at your wit's end. Oh, I know you'll make me feel better. Forgot all about that shit. So I asked her, well, what's going on with you? Again, like I always do. Did you know that I was in the bed for 3 days? No, girl, why? Is so-and-so there? Oh, yeah, he been here for a couple of days. You know, we've been trying to work our situation out. And the next thing you know, the situation is about him and her. And she forgot all about the fact that I was in bed for 3 days. And I said, why don't you ever talk about anything other than him? Why don't you ask me how I'm doing? You just automatically assume that when you and him go at it, the first person you call is me. You already know I'll step to him. You already know that I'm not putting up with a lot of stuff. And I guess you feel, as me being your friend, automatically I'm supposed to take your side. But as my friend, what are you automatically supposed to do? Look here, Hooker. He's not going to be calling my name out for something that I talk to you in confidence. That's number one. Number two, I don't understand why you feel like it's okay to dump everything on me, but you don't even ask me how I'm doing. When you call me on the phone, I automatically know what's going to happen. Her and so is arguing. She done told him to get out. Or he bought her something and now he done snatched it and took it back because he mad at her. And what does it all boil down to? It all goes on my back. Every time you talk to Chrystal, blase, blase. If you say 2 plus 2 is 4, he's going to say, oh, where's that coming from, Chrystal? No, nigga, 2 plus 2 is 4. You don't think I could have came up with that? See, I have a problem with women who are digmatized. Okay? That's what that is. You really don't need this Negro. He really needs you. But he leads you to believe that you need him. But when all else fails, he goes into a damn near juvenile state, like he wants to be comforted by his mother. For real, I don't mind being cool with you, but this is a one-sided friendship, and I really don't like it. This is a one-sided friendship. First of all, he wasn't shit when you started messing with him, and he ain't shit now. But as your friend, I'm not going to get involved in that. But you involve me every time you call me and tell me that he's acting a fool. And what is my job? To comfort you. I'm trying to comfort you. But the things I say to you, you go back and tell him. Why? You throw me under the bus. If anybody, if anybody has to get blamed for something or putting ideas in your head, so basically he's telling you that you're just sitting there with some hamburger meat where your brain is supposed to be, and you wouldn't have known 2 + 2 is 4 had I not told you. That's bothering me. So because I love you and I care about you, I just want to let you know that this friendship goes both ways. Can you call me sometime just to say what's up? Or you want to go out to get something to eat? Or how the kids? Or girl, they got a sale going on at Walmart. I mean, anything other than this Kentucky Fried Negro you with. Because I done already told you what I believe the solution is. You already know how I feel. Yet you still come back to me and tell me all this crazy stuff he does. And I'm just supposed to just listen and take it, knowing that you want me to tell you what to do, but I refuse. I refuse to tell you what to do. You know what your decision is, but you're not going to hide behind me to do it. I'm sorry. You're not going to hide behind me to do it. Put your big girl drawers on. Let them know, look, I really do like you, man. I mean, I'm to the point where I feel like I love you. And I'm also to the point where I feel like our situation could get better, but we just need to work on these certain issues. There's nothing wrong with that. Children even know how to problem solve in kindergarten. So I did tell her how I felt. She said to me, now brace yourself. You seem so strong. I just feel like, I just be coming to you so I can hear strength, so I can feel stronger. Hey, Demetria, honey, that strength is already in you. You don't need me to bring it out. But I pray to God that you don't get into a situation that you can't get out of. And just before you shut your eyes on the permanent, you realize that you do have strength. First of all, make him respect you. Make him respect you. He should want to respect you. And two, the way I ride for you, the way I've been your friend, listening to all your problems, knowing y'all gonna get back together, but I'm listening to all your problems. You should respect me and stop putting me in the middle of y'all. Just stop it. You throw me under the bus every time y'all argue. And it's ridiculous. Our friendship had gotten a lot better. But eventually, once she knew that she could not keep calling my phone and just dumping and dumping and dumping, okay, girl, I got to get ready to go. Here he come. Girl, bye. See, that's not a healthy friendship. That's just not a healthy friendship to me. Now, I have a friend that I've been knowing for over 20 years, and we've been friends. And she could tell me confidentially what's been going on, and she don't ever have to worry about my husband or her husband bringing her name up or her situation. Because you're going to need somewhere to vent. There are people who just take what you say on the surface and dismiss you out of being just plain annoyed. But then there are people like me. I like to take the layers off. And as I take the layers off, I find out that he's not the problem. It's you. He's not the problem. I heard a comedian say it's self-esteem, not our esteem or his esteem. It's self-esteem. It's you. And what I feel as your friend is that you need to pick your ass up. Just stand up. What is it that you're holding on to? Because see, the way this friendship is going now, you and I, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. I care enough to have that conversation with you, but we're not gonna make it. And I said, did you know that when I get off the phone with you, my head be hurting so bad? I feel real tight and stressed because my friend is going through something and I'm trying my best to figure out. Hi, Jason. I'm trying my best to figure out what I can say or what I can do to make you feel better. But I'm denying myself of the care I need to give myself, of the concern I don't feel for from you about me. I don't tell you that. You know why? Because, like I said, I just felt like that's what I was supposed to do. So I challenged her. I challenged her to call me every day for a week and not mention his name. Call me for a week. Don't mention his name. I don't want to hear about you and him. Good, bad, or indifferent. Let's talk like we met. It only lasted for a couple of days because, girl, it just got so bad. I just had to call you, girl. I just had to tell. I said, see, you can't do it. We've been friends for years, but you can't give me 7 days to make it not about you for a change. That's not right. So I still consider her a friend, but we live in totally different places, and I really haven't heard from her in a long time. But when these women are stigmatized, these Negroes got them thinking that that's the longest thing swinging. But the real deal is you have convinced yourself that you can't do no better, which is a lie. You can do better. I understand the heart wants what the heart wants, but I really want to be your friend. But at the expense of me, hell no. Hell no. I couldn't do it. But I just don't, when you think about it, right? Okay, Angela, you and your dude is getting into it. And You say something to him, and then he's like, "Oh, you been talking to Chrystal?" Even if I was talking to the friend that my man had mentioned, I wouldn't tell him. I'll say no. What, you think I can't think for myself? That's what I would do. I would give Chrystal some damn credit for standing 10 toes down that 2 plus 2 is 4. And I did not need anyone to tell me that. I care about her deeply. I really didn't know him that well, but sometimes when you see your girl going through stuff with their man, you try to back off, you know, you try to back off. But for some odd reason, I keep getting pulled back in. And all I ever did was try to be a friend to you and comfort you. And I don't feel that in return. So, yeah, we need to recalibrate this friendship ASAP. ASAP. And I made up in my mind that it's not necessarily what people do to Chrystal, it's what Chrystal does to Chrystal. Why did you allow that, Chrystal? Oh, well, he said he was sorry. But the height of me being mad, I told exactly what happened. I forgot to leave out the stuff that still makes it seem like there's some hope for his ass. I forgot to do that. And I told it straight from the hip. What he said, what I said, what he did. And the next day, I'm wondering why everybody is so mad at my man. I love him. He's good to me. He helps me with this and he helps me with that. And, you know, um, I remember the time, and that's another red flag. Why you got to go back in the Wayback Machine talking about when he was good to you? What has he done for you lately? Huh? Huh? What has he done for you lately? So, yeah, Chrystal allowed that to happen for whatever reason she did, she did. But I feel like I can't talk to you about self esteem, standing up for yourself, and all that when I realize that there's more to this peanut butter sandwich than peanuts. Some people have financial insecurities. Like if he leaves, that's half my bills. I'd rather be on welfare. Take them 2 pennies you rubbing together and get the freak out. I have walked away from a whole entire furnished house because he thought I was going to do what I always do. Let's not talk about this now. Let's just talk about it later, okay? Okay. And next thing you know, I got my sexy shit on, and you know, we you get it in that night, and tomorrow you never address it. I bought that couch. I bought that. Oh, that's my such and such. You can have this raggedy shit. You can have it. I don't want nothing but me. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Guess what? Old girl did go on welfare. Yes, she did. Until I got me a job. Yes, I did. To this day, this Negro looks like warmed over sin. Warmed over sin. And I'm going through the most difficult thing in my life. And I can barely look at him because I feel so sad for him. I haven't seen him in years. Last time I saw him, it was looking bad. But see, my happiness is not your happiness, excuse me, is not my responsibility. Either you come with it or you don't. Are you an addition to me or are you a subtraction to me? I can do bad all by myself. So now I talk about what I've been through and I call them life lessons because that's what they are. That's what they are. I recognize what my triggers are. And I did not want to be alone. Look here. You ain't got to cheat. Take him. Here's some glue to hold that nigga together because he falls apart every other day. He ain't never got to come back here. Never. I'm good. And he's looking at me like, oh my God, she really doesn't need me. Well, I'll be damned. I'm the one that needs her. Yeah, go back to sleeping on the floor at your mama's house. Go ahead. Get on, gizzard. Because the blessings that's coming my way, I'm blocking them by holding on to you. A lady told me one time, she said, you put your hand down in this hole and there's a nut down in the hole and you want it. You want it bad. So you're going to put your hand down that hole and you're going to try and get that nut, right? Metaphorically speaking. I got the nut. I got it. So now I'm trying to pull it up, but I can't. My hand is stuck. It's been an hour. It's been all day. I went to sleep hanging on to this nut. Woke up in the morning hanging on to this nut. My wrist is damn near raw, holding on to this one nut. And for some odd reason, I don't know how it happened. It came to me. Let that nut go. Let it go. And I just exhale, let go of the nut, pull my hand out, looked at how battered and bruised I did to myself trying to hold on to this nut. And I looked up and it was a whole tree full of them. Ain't that something? It was a whole tree full of them. And look at how much pain I put myself through for this one nut. And all I had to do was trust God, let go of that nut, and there's a whole tree full of them. I had choices. I didn't have to keep hurting myself just trying to hold on to this one nut. And the nut is metaphorically, you can take a sexual aspect and put it towards holding on to a nut, but it also means your problems, situations, things you can't change. The nut could be just a straight up crazy person. The nut could be a vice that you know is not good for you and you have to let it go. It could be a lot of things. But in this particular situation, I just had to be with this man. I had to be with him. I had to. And it didn't matter. I was a strong individual. I could take it. Oh, that ain't nothing but a little abrasion. I'll be all right. My hand is about to fall off. All I did was let go. I started healing. I remembered how much pain it was trying to hold on to something that was not good for me. So, as a friend, I am going to tell you that. But if that's what you decide to do, if that's where you want to put your energy into, something he's shown you, something he said, something he did, trust me, one Negro can do exactly what the other Negro can do. All they have to be willing to do is follow instructions. So it ain't like he invented nothing. Ain't like he invented nothing. Be the type of friend to me that you want me to be to you. And also listen. You can listen too. I may have had a long day and I saw that's okay, Demetra. That's fine. I may people say I talk funny and say things funny. I don't know. That's just the way I talk. It's just the way I express myself. But that was the story. Holding on to that one nut. But anyhow, yeah, be the type of friend that you will want me to be to you. That's all. And if we can't talk about that, that I'm feeling uncomfortable about something, and all you do is talk to me about what's going on with you, then maybe it's time to end this. Again, it's time to open my hand and let that nut go. Nope. So now I'm not rich. I'm not poor. I'm not lonely. Well, I should say, no, I'm not lonely. And the reason why I say that was I was used to living relationships, but I like going to bed by myself and waking up by myself. I'm cool with that because, see, I could have that interaction at my convenience. It's not a necessity to the point where I'm walking around like one person got the top of my eyelids and another person got the bottom, just real crazy. And then if I don't tell you how I feel and I keep letting it build up, you're gonna end up being one of those people walking around with half a lip. I'm not gonna take your whole lip. I do care. But I will bust that one half of your lip. I will bust it. And you will never be the same. So no, I really would not like it to go to that extent. So like I said, we don't talk. We live far from each other and all that, but I haven't got a message that she's hurt or she's passed on or anything like that. So I take that as a no news is good news. I sure let my nut go, but I keep picking it back up again. In my opinion, because you believe that something is still there, but there's something within you that feels stifled. And that's why I say that no, there is no everyday, all this and that. I couldn't take that. I've been married for a lot of years. Hi, Toya. Been married for a lot of years. And I know what it is to have a companion. But I also know what it is to be married or in a living relationship, and I just don't feel like hearing you breathing. Stop breathing. Every time I turn around, your ass is breathing. Hello, baby. Who are we talking about? Woo, child. Do I need to go to my trunk? Who messing with you, girl? No, I'm good. I was just addressing a situation where I had to speak to a friend about her always dumping her problems on me, not even asking me how I'm doing. And then when she finally stands straight up in her relationship, she don't even get credit for her own thoughts or her own words. And that's because what we talk about confidentially, you don't went back and told him. So I realized that if it's causing me pain, I gotta let it go. So if later on tonight I feel like I might want some company, if you're not busy, because see, I like for people to say that to me. Are you busy? Do you have anything planned for today? Not just because you my man, you could just walk up in here whenever you feel like it. No, ma'am. That's not what the person that pays the bills is going to put up with. So, in that regard, you respect my time and my space, who I am and what I have to do. I'll do the same for you. Oh, oh, okay. You all know I'm with it. Thought I was going to have to run down run down a bitch for you. No, I'm good, but it's nice to know that you're riding with me. That's all right. Always nice to know. But yeah, is there anything that anyone in the chat wanted my opinion on for entertainment purposes only? I'm not licensed as a psychiatrist or a psychologist. It's just a place where I've created where we can be comfortable, where we can talk about whatever we need to talk about. But I do reserve the right to not answer certain questions because some questions were asked to me and I didn't want to be in that position, hypothetically or not. So it's better to have one good friend than many friends who are suspect. Yes, love. Exactly. Exactly. There are some examples of them on my page if you want to catch some other episodes that I've done. What are you sorry for? I'm happy to see you. Question. What is going on YouTube? Because these folks are losing their mind, I feel. What are your thoughts on it? Well, my thought is you can't tell an adult how to behave. Once they become an adult and they choose a behavior, if they're all right with it, that's fine. Just leave me out of it. I had to redirect my steps and make some choices that were different from the ones I made previously because I don't want to go anywhere where I feel uncomfortable. And some of this stuff is that's going on is cringeworthy. It really is. So my thoughts on people on YouTube acting like they losing their mind, I mind my business. I just mind my business. I do. It's safer. I don't need to be swinging and banging in the chats and all that stuff. Right now, I have some a real life situation going on with me. Um, Demetra said, I ain't been keeping up with you lady. That's what I'm sorry for. But this really cutie and I enjoy it. Oh, thank you so much. You know, you got that respect in the game as a YouTuber, and I love the way you come up with your creative ideas and stuff for different segments. And I love your graphics and all that. I've always told you that. And I believe that your opinion matters a lot. And by you saying that, it really is encouraging. And I look forward to seeing you again. But that's just what I do. You know, I'm not telling nobody, go put his ass out or put this in his food. He'll be asleep for a couple of hours. Oh, I don't roll like that. Oh, that's crazy. But if you ask me my opinion, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my opinion. Some of this stuff made me want to just throw my phone away. And this is what crazy is. These people are in their 40s and 50s. Again, if it don't apply, let it fly. Has nothing to do with me. Nothing at all. Just let people be where they at. It may change. It may not. I don't know. But there are other things that you can do, other alternatives. Find out what if there's a place where they're doing some type of craft or something that you like to do, in your spare time, and you get introduced to new people and new things, new environment, new conversation, and the temperature goes down. Or you could just chill. I promise you, you're not going to solve anything. I consider YouTube what I go to and then chill out. If I got to feel upset or cringed or pushed into making decisions, like don't go here, don't go there, don't say this, don't say that, I would rather just stay out of it. So I'm hoping that everything will work out. But these are not the only channels on YouTube. But I'm just familiar with this group of people. And I believe that I've earned my respect as a person who doesn't cause drama. But I promise you, down to your last hair follicle, I will solve it. With my dog dying yesterday, I'm hugely trying to fall into depression and a dark space. Oh, love, I'm so sorry to hear about that. I was so used to you saying little things to your dog, when they make noise and stuff or to take them outside, and I know that really has to hurt. All I can say is just pray that your dog is somewhere where he's not hurting no more. He's not going through anything, where it's a peaceful transition. It's all right to have the memories. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you feel yourself slipping, and you feel like that's another important person, place, or thing that's gone from your life, reach out when you can. Okay? I'm just coming out of one with my breakup and separation. It's really rough. I know it is, sweetheart. And I know how much you love that man. I know there are times where you want to bust him in the head to the white meat, but then you say the cutest little things that he does for you. But if it's something that you truly believe that you need to stand on in order to grow, then you allow that process to do what it has to do so that you can get that end result you're praying for. And if he's at the end of that result, it's nobody's business but yours. Chrystal has the best advice and she shoots from the hip. I love her. I love you too, boo. Toya, Demetrius, all going to be okay. We all through stormy weather. In order for it to get better, don't worry. You got this. We all have good and bad days, but it's still a good day because you woke up. Exactly. Hey, Red Zone, I made good song request. Okay. Hey, Jason, yes, you do. Okay. Trying to catch up with those comments. Yeah, Demetria, I'm really sorry to hear that. There are people who are so attached to their pets, and their pet is like their family. I'm not a pet person, but I've had a pet before, and I do understand. Oh, my little angel guard dog. That's too cute. Sorry. The boss lady saying she was sorry to hear that. Hey, Red Zone, what time you going live? Excuse me? Yep, I've had a good day. I had company for a movie, and now this. I'm happy. Well, baby, if I had anything to do with making you smile, which you do very well, and you have that laugh that throws me completely on my back, then I've done what I came here to do. I'm Hope, Red Zone. I will take care of you. You can't you can't replace your dog, but you may can adopt another one. Oh yeah. Since they're talking, y'all would have no idea I lost my boyfriend and a baby all in the same week, and y'all wouldn't have even have knew. Just know that I'm okay. Just thought I'd open up and tell y'all from the bottom of my heart. You have my deepest condolences. I know what it's like to lose a child. I did. And it doesn't have to be the exact same situation between you and I for me to extend my condolences and pray that you're able to get through this a day at a time. That sounds like something that you cannot get over, but it also sounds like something that you can get through. So I want you to feel free. If that's what you want to do, open up, feel free. The people that are here were meant to be here. And I truly wish you the best. That's a lot of grief on one person, baby. And I pray you have friends in your life that you can go to and you have a soft place to fall when you need it. How are you doing, Red Zone? He calls you Red Zone. That's what I was wondering, like, what is he talking about? From my music show. Okay, baby, I got it. I got it. Because I was confused. Okay. I know, boss lady. I know I'm going to. Oh, I'm sorry, Toya. I wish I could not say stuff. I say too much. There are things that I've said that I wish that I had waited, or maybe had I given it more time, I wouldn't have went to that person to say it. I would have went to someone else. But you're one of those people, Demetria, where you need to express yourself. And even though it's a gentle hug, you're going to fight that way. You're going to fight your way out of that like it's a metal box, because that's how it feels to you. So the time that you have to yourself, you can take a look at what triggers you. What makes you feel uncomfortable? What makes you feel comfortable? What type of relationship you want with someone else, but start with the relationship with yourself. I do this. I say I'm not going to treat Chrystal the way I used to treat her. I'm not going to do her like that no more. She's going to come first. And if she comes first, then I have to make some solid decisions. But if you're not ready to make a decision, if you're not ready to be in a relationship or a living relationship, maybe you would just rather date. Some people think they're too old to date. I don't think so. But just concentrate on what makes you comfortable. And there's got to be some deal breakers in there. I know men do it as well, but as women, we tend to bear all the weight to show that person how much we care for them, how much we love them, how, whoever that other woman that was with you, she's not me. I'm not her. I'm not going to walk away for the slightest thing. We going to do this. We going to make it. I refuse to tell a man today that I'm not going to leave him. I'm not going to do it. You could be coming around here with skull and crossbones on a necklace. Human skull and crossbones on a necklace. And I say, I'll never leave you. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not going to say that. And if you did something for me and you helped me, and had it not been for you helping me, I wouldn't have gotten out of that situation. You only going to throw that in my face one time. Just once. Just one time. Because when I get done checking you, boo, you going to wonder why you limping, because I done kicked you in the ankle about 2 good times. That's all I got, because I'm tired. And you will never, ever forget that I'm the one person you're not going to throw nothing up in my face. You going to remember that. The way I be coming in chats, you guys wouldn't have never knew. I don't want pity. I'm just venting to y'all now. Okay, sweet pea. All right. And we're just showing our love by giving our condolences and praying that you have everything you need to get through it a day at a time. Oh, this thing jumps. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Demetria, if you have a picture, I would love to see. You know I love doggies. Oh, boyfriend got killed, and then I was carrying his baby for 7 months, and I thought I was going into labor, but it was a stillborn. Yeah, I had a stillborn that passed at 7 months myself. Yep. And that's a hell of a loss. And I don't believe anybody in this chat was giving you pity. I think it was virtual condolences for a person that we're getting to know, and we happen to meet at 8 o'clock on Saturdays. That's what I think. Of course, boss lady, you know I'm gonna do a tribute to my Billie Jean. Remember, she had her vlogs. Oh, that's exactly how I do. Wow, Chrystal, you're so intuitive. Thank you. Virtual hugs to everyone. Exactly, sweetie. That's all. Just virtual hugs. Oh, sweet girl. Jason Finch is a sweetheart. I see him at Demetrius a lot. Okay. Praying for you. And here you go encouraging me about my fur baby. We've been communicating a lot at Crystal King, both settling our own individual boundaries and stating our expectations. That's right. Put it on Front Street, girl. Put it right on Front Street. And a lot of times you feel freer when you talk about it away from each other. So I feel like this. The way you got me, don't forget how you got me. How did you get my attention from the beginning? What was it that let me know and you know that we was going to be together? Let's go back to that, because where we're at now is not working. I can't say I don't love you and I can't say I don't miss you, but I need to know why this is not working. Yes, Demetra, lit all day. I will be at the tribute. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Hee hee. I used to fight all the way to where I was hanging on by my teeth on somebody's ankle. He too funny and crazy. I'm so glad you told me Chrystal was live, boss lady, and I followed you here. Thanks, boss lady. You're welcome. I appreciate that. I miss Ginger, aka the girl named Kiki. No pity for me. All love and support, heartache and encouragement, Toya. Hugs to you. Jason Finch, maybe Ginger will be back soon. I miss Kiki. Right. I like us dating and spending more time, but he ain't gonna wrap up my time and not do for me. Sorry, I ain't for that. Is that wrong? I don't think so. Hey, baby, if that's your deal breaker and you've got the experience to prove it, stand on it. 10 toes down. You stand on it. That's what I want you to do. I don't want you to make a decision based on, and I say this from experience, make a decision based on being horny. I've done that too. And for some odd reason, it was on point that night. And I'm telling you, whatever we was arguing about, I have no idea what it was. But do you want some breakfast? Right. I'll stand on that one for sure. And I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you. You can only do to excuse me, it's ice. You can only do to me what I allow you to do to me. And it really tells me a lot about you if I can't tell you that I'm not happy with something, but all day and all night I'm making sure you got everything you need because I'm a good woman. I'm a good woman and I'm gonna prove it. Get out of here. Get out of here. The hell? Shaka Khan said it best. What you gonna do for me when the chips are down? Now it's okay to lay back, tell me I got a good woman. Yeah, she got the food ready, the house is clean, and blah blah blah, and whatever I want. What about what you don't want? That thing that you don't want. is the one thing that I need desperately. How would you handle that? I don't believe in seeing no man in any capacity without them doing for me. I ain't never been taught to do that. Okay. Never. Okay. Not a problem. Yeah, I can't take that coming in my house basing. Get that bass out your voice. You ain't got to come in here and check shit. Mm-mm. I'm not saying that you're not going to have your ups and downs and things are not going to be perfect. But I'm saying there are some things that are just a damn deal breaker. Like Dr. Phil had said one time, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. I'm like, wow. If I'm talking to you about a behavior or what you said and you don't even acknowledge that you did it, how can you change it? Well, I feel like we need some space until you decide to acknowledge what it is that we talk about. Girl, I like him going to this place. Yeah. You know, those living relationships, you almost want to say, didn't you say you had to leave? Do I want that to be forever? No. I get it. I get it. I get it. I totally get it. I don't like my choices being taken from me. I don't like you making decisions for me. And there was a lot of that when I was married because I had never been married before, so I thought that's the way it went. But it just became very uncomfortable. I felt like the woman that I'm fighting so hard to be, I have to take a little piece away from myself in order for you to feel a certain type of way. That's the first time I've ever lived with a man. Okay. Yeah, I can see where that would be somewhat of a future shock for you. But honey, living together day in and day out and you ain't even married. I mean, I've done it and it was cool for a while, but you're not going to get the husband treatment without acknowledging me and taking the steps and measures for me to be your wife. I'm sorry. See, there are things that I would do for my husband that I would never do for the average Negro. No, I would not. It was an entire experience and a huge life lesson for me. I won't lie. And guess what? You still here to talk about it. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Thanks, Angela. Jason, I really hope that you do get a chance to see Kiki. I truly do. But I have to be honest with you. That's pretty annoying. My biggest thought now, if I can share, go ahead, baby. That's fine. Boss lady, no problem. What's your biggest thought, hon? Let me see something. I'm feeling with all these changes and losses for me, it seems like I'm being more and more separated from external things and being forced to only deal with me. Now, if you consider dealing with you being forced, then you need to deal with you. Because there's something that you don't want to take a look at. There's something that you don't want to acknowledge. And even if that's wrong, even if you have acknowledged it, are you willing to change it in order to merge into a relationship? Or is that just something that you're going to stick by no matter what? I know that's right. You did what you needed to do. Yes, you did. Jason, Kiki's not here. I hope she's somewhere doing well. But could you please stop bombing in my chat about someone else being live? I'm not upset with you. It's annoying. Okay? I'm going to have to ask my mods to take care of it. Well, I don't think I should because I think you know what you're doing. Like, really, by myself. But I see it as a push for me to push forward and not allow myself to fall into depression and all that comes with it for me. I understand that too. I do. There's a video that I made. I had to finally let go of the memory of my late husband. I would like for you to watch that video. It doesn't mean that I didn't love him, I didn't care for him, and that I don't want the memories that we share. I do. The good parts of the relationship is the best part. Well, what happens when we fall out? What happens? Do I go too far? Do you go too far? That's not really in the video, but I'm just equating it to what's happening. But after my husband died, I lived in the apartment 5 years after he died. And someone asked me, what did I want? And what I said was, I want peace. I want to get a fresh start. I slept in the room where he passed. I walked by the spot where I found his body. I was only gone for 24 hours and he died within that 24 hours. And it was a lot of memories in that house. I had breast cancer, beat that. And now I'm dealing with ovarian cancer. And this Friday, I'm supposed to be talking to the surgeon about my surgery. Y'all want me to be optimistic. You don't want me stressing. You want me to be comfortable and relax and, so the process could go smoother. But it was very hard to do that with all the memories of my husband that I lived with on a daily basis. So right now, there's still some boxes that I have to unpack because I just moved to the apartment upstairs. This is not the apartment that Chrystal and Ken lived in. This is Chrystal's apartment. I needed a fresh start. And now that I have that fresh start, I made a video in honor of my husband, telling him that I had to let him go now. I can finally get to that part of the grieving because I don't have to keep walking into the same situation over and over. I can finally stop feeling like I'm a cheater because I'm in a relationship right now, which I don't even like saying that, but it's the truth. I'm in a relationship. And sometimes I feel like I'm still cheating. I'm cheating on him or something. But it's not. I have to keep telling myself, you're not married anymore. You did the better for worse thing. You did the richer or poorer. You did the sickness and health. It's okay for you to move on. But a part of me felt like it wasn't because that would mean that I didn't love him. But I did love him. So I can still say to this day that the love I have for him, another man will never get. So what I do in this relationship is he and I. And I was able to let go. There are some things, like I said, think about that nut now. You may really, 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 really want it, but you do have choices. And that may be just the one that got away. Don't love below your means anymore. That's it. And maybe you guys will work it out, maybe you won't. But first and foremost, you got to take care of yourself, baby. Don't be afraid to look and see who you are, because I have a feeling you already know who you are. You just don't want to revisit certain things. But that's how you grow. That's how you grow. Yes, Jason, chill out. I keep losing my. Okay, here we go. I appreciate y'all letting me talk. Absolutely. Not a problem at all. I know, Demetria. I can see it being lonely now, but at least BJ was company for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which video again, Chrystal? I don't know the name of it right offhand, but just scroll through my channel and see what strikes you. I always talk about being proud of being a Black woman, being proud of a heritage that I come from that makes my eyes look like they do, that makes my nose look like it does, that makes me smile when it's almost kind of crooked looking, but I got it from my people. You got to learn how to love yourself. I also talk about I had to I had to prune my garden because I was planting weeds in my garden and wondering why I saw no flowers. I constantly plant weeds. And when I pulled the weeds, I started seeing my flowers start to bloom. And the people around me, they started to bloom. But you know what the weeds are in your life. Just have the courage to pull them. That's all. When you get a chance, Chrystal, let me know which episode that video was when you can. Okay, love, I will. Well, that's good. Very good. I've been totally trying to redo my apartment. Make it just me, not a. Exactly. Exactly. I used to go places and they say, oh, that's Kenny's wife. Half the time they didn't even know my name. But this is a name that I'm going to take to the dirt because I've decided that I'm not going to get married again. But I'm okay with dating. But right now, I need a person to understand what my situation is. And if you can work with that, then great. But I'm worth taking my time for. I'm worth fighting for. I truly am. When I start to prioritize what I need and the tears I just shed, I need to know what made me cry. Was it tears of joy or was it tears of sadness? I have to ask myself these questions because on a lot of days I'm not going to allow you to. And as I start to shed and I start to grow and I get the courage to stop planting weeds and pull them up. Sometimes people nurture, water, go buy Miracle Grow, all that shit for weeds, thinking that a rose is going to bloom. Why are you that's a weed, girl. And guess what? Weeds know that they're weeds. They know it. And when they find themselves plucked and pulled, they'll get it. They'll get it. Oh, yes, redecorating can do it. So many experiences, strength, and understanding we all offer each other. True. That's very, very true. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Yep. Yep, Angela, you don't tell yourself you deserve the best. Another thing that lady told me was be good to you. That way you know what time it starts and what time it ends. You don't have to sit around and wait for somebody to send you flowers. Pick up the phone, your Visa works. Send yourself some flowers. Why not? Send yourself some flowers. Take yourself to dinner. All those things you waiting for somebody else to do for you. And look at how much time you wasted. Just do it. One thing's for sure, I'm so glad Eddie was here when it happened. Oh, okay. Her daddy was here and we went through it all. Okay. He stayed all night with me. We cried together. Yes. Yes. And that's what I mean by a soft place to fall. It's not always about having sex. The intimacy in a relationship is very, very important. And the empathy that both of you guys shared for that moment is priceless. So you know he has it in him. You just have to iron out those little things that make y'all clash. And sometimes you may clash on things for a good while. But is that clash a deal breaker? That's all. You need things as an addition to you. You don't need subtractions from you. Because what you have right now, you worked hard for it. Whether you get a pat on the back for it or not. You worked very hard to be who you are right now. So you make sure you let Demetria know how much you care about her and that you understand why she makes some of the choices that she makes because she hasn't dealt with some things that she needs to deal with. And it's going to come in many shapes, sizes, and forms, but it's going to keep coming back until you deal with it. Hey, Regina. Let me see. That's good to hear you didn't have to go through it by yourself. Really, that's the truth. That is the truth. I'm glad of that. Girl, Regina been giving great antidotes and wise words of encouragement. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna need Jason to be timed out. My children are grown and I refuse to deal with childish situations. Um, I like Regina a lot. And she's always in a good headspace. How you feeling today, Gina? And I done talking my business as usual, but in a more positive space. So at least that's better. Yes, honey. Yep. You have to be selective. And there's no need going to a foot doctor with a toothache. It makes no sense. Sorry, I typed that all wrong. Been a busy day, but y'all get what I mean. Yeah, girl. I do. But I don't know. It seems like Regina, lately when you're getting ready to come on, I'm getting ready to go off. But I want you to catch the replay. I'm very proud of the chat participation and hopefully what I've said, in my opinion, was taken with love and respect, hoping that no one felt like they were being judged here. Wait a minute. What you mean, come on? Regina, you got a channel? No. A couple of times when I was getting ready to end my live, Regina was just coming on. That's what I meant. Yeah, I've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. Chrystal shared her story of a one-sided friendship. It was good. That's a good way to sum that up. Yep, I used my experience, but it was inspired by someone, but I choose to do it that way. Okay, I get that. Okay, it's okay, sweetie. You know I support you, and I will definitely catch the replay. Love you for that. I was to fall out because Regina, girl, you know I will support. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Gina is good people. So I want to acknowledge everyone in the chat again. I have Demetria, I have Angela, Jason, also New Jersey, uh, Toya. If there's anyone on, oh, Watermelon Sugar was here. And I think tonight went rather well. But Demetria, that's dear Chrystal. I try to keep my time the same. I come on at 8 o'clock, my Angela. I come on at 8 o'clock on Saturdays. And there has been a time where I missed one and I tried to do it on a different day so that when Saturday came along, it would be current. But I do appreciate you coming and sharing and feeling comfortable. And I appreciate you sharing my video. This is a very small channel, but I have a very big heart. That's how I know my numbers, my subscribers, my supporters, they are the way they are for a reason. And I trust God about it. It's a Saturday night feature. Got you. I would support too if Gina had a channel. And you must be East Coast. Yes, I am East Coast. And I hate I gotta share you. I'll share and be here more. I love this. I'm glad that you do. I'm really glad. Well, everybody, it's time for me to get ready to go. I have to get some rest now. But let me see. Okay, everyone, who watching them on Amazon Prime? Oh yeah, there was an Amazon Prime thing that you were talking about, Demetria, as well. I'm gonna give it a few minutes in case you guys want to say something else to each other before I close. Good night, Demetria. Okay. Everybody have a good night. Thank you so much for coming by and supporting, participating. Have a good evening. Love, peace, and chicken grease.